My name is Jeremy Hawker, and today I'm going to be looking at giant steps. Okay, so giant steps is like the holy grail of jazz improvisation. It's a tune that we all come up against at some point. Okay, so I'm going to look at an approach that I take to it. I'm going to give you some practical hands-on stuff that you can actually use. So first of all, let's look at parsimony. Okay, so parsimony basically is maximally smooth voice leading. Okay, so that could be voice leading between chords. It could be voice leading in melody as well. And as we see here, the closest possible voice leading from one chord to another that produces no intervals larger than a whole step. Okay, so the transition from one chord to the next, be it harmonically, melodically, the voices within it are not leaping around, basically. They're moving smoothly by preferably half step, but no bigger than a whole step. Okay, so all of this is part of Neo-Riemannian theory, triadic post-tonality. I won't get into them today because they're another field within themselves, but I will do a video very soon explaining these concepts in more detail. Okay, so first of all, let's look at the prevalent way of playing over giant steps. Okay, this is the way that Coltrane played over his tune, and this is the way that most people have since played over these changes, these chord changes. Okay, so basically Coltrane just uses a 1, 2, 3, 5 for every chord. So he just transposes that 1, 2, 3, 5 fragment for each chord. Okay, and that produces a linear line like this. Okay, that's very nice. Sounds good. I like it. I use it. One critique I do have with it is its lack of parsimony. I think it can make it sound a little bit clunky if you do it sort of too much. Like if you look here, that's a major third transitioning from the B to the D. So that's quite a big leap in there. There's another major third here as well. So it can sort of sound a little bit robotic, and I guess that's probably explains why Coltrane in the liner notes of Giant Steps said that he was worried about his work starting to sound like academic etudes. So that could have something to do with it. Another thing about this approach for guitarists, I don't know what it's like on any other instrument, but this fragment at speed can be quite hard to play, I've found, especially at Giant Steps tempo, which is 285 BPM. So I struggle with that. I've seen it done, but with great difficulty. Okay, so my approach I call diatonic parsimony. Okay, so what that is linking the scales, each chord scale, as smoothly as possible. Okay, so to do that, I group all of these chords into their diatonic collection, so to which major scale they belong. So this first B major here belongs within B major, obviously. These next two chords here, the D7 belongs to G because it's the 5 of G. So that bar there, which is spread over these two bars, I just consider G major. Same thing here, that B flat belongs to E flat major, same diatonic collection, so I just group that together and call that E flat, that whole bar and a half. And I just repeat the process throughout. So just there's G major there, first two beats of that bar there is G major. So you get the idea. What I like to do is I like to do a little reduction with the colors. You can sort of see where the major pools of diatonic harmony are. Okay, so what I do is I start on the lowest note of my instrument, and then I just work my way up ascending. Once I get to the change of diatonic harmony, I just go to the next adjacent note within that scale, within G major here in this case, and I just go up, and then I reach E major, E flat major, And then I just link on to the next available note, which is usually a step or a half step away in the next key. And then I just keep going up and down. And that allows me to focus on the phrasing a bit more. I'm not necessarily worried about each note. I'm just thinking about the phrases and the curvature of the line. Okay, so let's have a look, a bit more of a detailed look at that. So as you can see here on my instrument, the guitar, I start down here on a low F sharp, and then I just make my way up. And then to here, this would be a D7 chord, but I just group it as G major, and I just move to the next adjacent scale note there. In this case, it's C. Same thing again. I just move up to the next adjacent scale note. And as you can see here, it's all nice and parsimonious. So we've got semitone voice leading between the chords, which is really nice. Another thing with this as well, for guitarists, it's 3 notes per string as well. So we like 3 notes per string. We can get some blistering speed through the chords, which is particularly useful if you're playing giant steps because it is so fast. Okay, so I'm going to play this for you. I'm going to play around with it. I'm just going to go up and down the chords and see how I go. All right. Hope you got something out of this. See you later.